thinking of shared visions and living together with harmony. This is the main features which make India a federal country. Linguistic state. The first such linguistic movement was started in 1895 for creation of Orissa on the linguistic basis. The movement get momentum in latter years when a great Orissan nationalist Madhus- Madhusudan Das raised the demand of Orissa by bifurcation of Bihar. The movement gained its objective in 1936 when Orissa became first state created on linguistic basis. This was before independence. But after independence, Dr. B.R. Ambedkar, who drafted Indian Constitution, was against creation of linguistic state because he think that this linguistic state can open a Pandora box and it can be detrimental for national unity. After the ascent of political movement for creation of the state in on linguistic basis, central government formed Dar Commission, which is also known as Linguistic Provincials Commission, in June 1948, which was against formation of linguistic state. After the death of Potti Sriramalu, a Andhra Pradesh, a nationalist from Andhra Pradesh, Jawaharlal Nehru formed State Reorganization Commission. Constitute State Reorganization Commission was formed after the death of Sri Potti Sriramalu by Jawaharlal Nehru in 29th December 1953. This commission constitute Fazal Ali, K.M. Panikar, H.N. Kunjuru. That's why this State Reorganization Commission is also known as Fazal Ali Commission. This commission had given a favoring report, that means creating state on the basis of language. After submitting its report to the Congress government, the Congress under Jawaharlal Nehru in Jaipur, they form a study group, a group to study the recommendation of the State Reorganization Commission. This study group or the Congress group, which was formed in Jaipur, is known as JVP Committee. This JVP Committee consists of Jawaharlal Nehru, Vallabhbhai Patel, and Pattabhi Sitaramaya. Pattabhi Sitaramaya was the president of the Congress at that time. On their support, the first linguistic state of Andhra Pradesh was formed by cutting the southern portion of Tamil Nadu, and later this opened the gate for other states for creating on the linguistic basis like Gujarat, Haryana, and others. The second is language policy. Our constitution did not give the status of national language to any one language. Hindi was being identified as the official language. There are 21 other languages recognized as scheduled language by our constitution. States have their own official language. Use of English was stopped by 1965, but when Tamil Nadu protested, central government agreed to continue the use of English along with Hindi for official purposes. Promotion of Hindi continue as an official policy of the center. The flexibility shown by the leader prevent Sri Lankan like situation in India. The next is center state relation. The constitution has distributed the power between center and the state. But for a long time, the same party ruled over center and the state level, that is Congress. Because of this, the state government did not exercise their right as autonomous federal units. After 1990, the Indian politics has taken a turn as regional parties become more powerful, and thus the beginning of coalition era at the center started. No single party got a clear majority in Lok Sabha. As a result, major national parties had to enter into alliance with regional parties to form a government at center. This led to new culture of power sharing and respect for autonomy of the state. But before that, before 1990, the monolith Congress party, their leader, the central leader, treat the state and their leader as their servant. Decentralization in India. When power is taken away from the center and the state government and given to the local bodies is known as decentralization. The main idea behind decentralization is that the local people have better knowledge of the problem in their locality and have better idea where to spend money and how to manage things efficiently. The need for decentralization was recognized in our constitution, but it was not successful before 1992 and 93. The local bodies were under direct control of state government. Local government did not have any power and resources of their own. So these are the situation before creation of new local bodies through 73rd and 74th amendment. Election to the local bodies were not held regularly. Local government did not have any power and resource of their own. Local bodies were under direct control of the state government. So these are the pre-conditions, pre-situations before 73rd and 74th amendment was made. Step toward decentralization. The need for local bodies were felt by Nehru when community development program was failed due to lack of interest among the officials. But a major steps towards decentralization was taken in 1992 when 73rd and 74th amendment was passed to include the third tier of government in Indian governance. The constitutional amendment made the new third tier more effective. Constitution made it mandatory to hold regular election for local bodies. The seats are reserved in elected body for scheduled caste, scheduled tribe and OBCs. The OBCs were the new entrant in a reservation. Earlier, scheduled tribe and scheduled caste were given reservation in legislative assemblies in the center and the state. And OBC this time has been given the reservation only in the local bodies. 1/3 seat of all positions are reserved for women. An independent state election commission has been created in each state to conduct election for panchayat and municipal bodies. State governments share power to the local bodies. State government shares some revenue with the local bodies also. The Panchayati Raj system, rural local government. On the recommendation of Balwant Rai Mehta Commission, three-tier Panchayati Raj system was adopted. Panchayati Raj system in rural area is hierarchical in structure. The lowest one is Gram Panchayat or village Panchayat. Gram Panchayat is directly elected by adult members of Gram Sabha. It is the decision-making body for village and work under the overall supervision of Gram Sabha. All the members meet twice or thrice in a year to approve the annual budget and review the performance of Gram Panchayat. Panchayat Samiti or block level. This is the middle level of the Panchayati Raj system. Few Gram Panchayats are grouped together to form Panchayat Samiti or Block Panchayat or Mandal Panchayat. Members of these bodies are elected by Panchayat members. So it's indirect election. Only direct election found in the village Panchayat. Jila Parishad, district level, the highest level in the local bodies. All the members of the Panchayat Samiti in the district level, district together form the Jila Parishad. MP, MLAs are ex officio member of the Jila Parishad. The chairman of Jila Parishad is the political head of Jila Parishad. Municipalities, the urban local government. The local government formed in urban areas or cities. Urban local government is known as municipalities, Nagar Panchayat and Municipal Council. Municipal corporations are constituted in city on the basis of the population of the cities. Municipal corporation is formed in cities where population is more than 10 lakhs. The head of municipal corporation is known as mayor. Then municipal council is formed in cities where population is in between 10 lakhs to 1 lakhs. The head is called chairperson. Nagar Panchayat. Nagar Panchayat is urban local government where the population of the city is less than 1 lakh. Now, some problem is faced by the local government and the problem faced by the decentralization. The first problem is Gram Sabha meeting was not held regularly. Most of the state government is reluctant to transfer power to the local bodies. And the third, local bodies lack of adequate resources. These are the three problems faced by the current local bodies. So for this, in this video, we will continue with another videos. Thank you.